Good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome to another scene for Living World of Darkness, the Mage venue, yet to be named. After the gala, and after the surprise appearance of several prominent technocrats, people who have specifically tortured and mutilated members of this pure chantry, the Mages baited a hasty retreat. Ava was the last to leave, and because of that, she separated herself from the group, believing she was being followed or singled out, which proves to perhaps be accurate. So, a few hours later, we will have Julie and Nausicaa sitting in the front of the Happy Dragon restaurant, basically waiting for Nausicaa. I'm sorry, waiting for Julie. They're kind of worried. And yeah, that is where we will start our scene. The conversation up until this point has been pro-existent. Nausicaa has hidden herself behind her phone and plate and plate and plate and plate out of a chicken chow mein. Then I guess the conversation suddenly starts.
Look, you don't have to worry. I talked with her on the phone. She's fine. She's going to be here. It's not a problem.
You don't know she's not being followed.
Oh, but sometimes you need to keep a positive attitude.
Why?
Because else you will go crazy.
I won't go crazy.
I think it's a little too late for that. You're actually right about that one.
Nausicaa frowns. If she gets captured, they will find out the location of this place.
She won't.
And then they will find us.
She
could easily be. You don't know that. You don't know that. You're simply saying that. You're wishing for the best.
Yeah, because I can't do anything else.
Even if they don't capture her, they could be following her right now.
Which is why we need...
She's already inebriated, so it will be easy to follow. Nausicaa was very unsatisfied. Why were you talking to people at the gala?
Because panicking and just being really, really weird around people tend to attract more attention. If you're just laming and just keeping up chit-chat and just talking like a normal person, people will forget it and think you are just a normal person, boring, talking to people. It works better than you just staring and being weird.
I was not staring or being weird. And people did not notice
I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about Ava, actually. But, yeah.
Boris just randomly shows up carrying a bag with groceries. You will take into account the fact that you haven't seen Boris around that much lately.
Boris, there may be an issue.
Issue? What issue is?
We believe Ava may be being tracked by agents of the Technocratic Union.
Isn't technocracy after all of you?
Yeah, but they saw her and we believe they are following her. Or at least I do.
So, and he puts the groceries down on the floor.
I spoke with her on the phone. She's going to take quite a few detours. And it's going to be fine.
She does not know it is going to be fine. She is simply saying that because it is easier for her to believe that.
So he looks at both of you. Be like, okay, so do you know where she is?
She's in a cab last I talked with her.
Okay, we'll see what I can do. You see Boris taking the bag of groceries to the back room, and basically
we should at least give her like a chance to get here on her own, right? She said she would take a detour, and she said it would take time. She told me that it would take some time for her to get home.
you hear the door of a fridge, of a large restaurant type fridge, open and close. As Boris comes back, I'll sit outside, see if she comes. If she doesn't show up in 30 minutes, I try other ways of finding her. And you see Boris producing a knife from the folds of his robe, basically cutting his palm, muttering something in a Slavic language that neither of you speak. And he shapeshifts to a very nice, very kind old man that looks nothing like Boris.
We're in the middle of the Happy Dragon restaurant right now. So I guess he does that like
we're not in the chantry, just FYI.
Okay, fair enough. He goes to a back room, does the he goes up the chantry, comes down, completely changed. And you figure out it's Boris, though it doesn't look anything like him. The weird part is that you're not gonna notice the accent anymore when he speaks. So he looks like a very kind, very nice old middle-aged man in his pajamas and the robe. And he gets out of the chantry, and you see him crossing the street to the other side of the street, and just waits.
And yeah, probably in like 5 or 10 minutes, Alpha will come walking around the corner. She looks, well, tired. Still walking on heels, but she goes slow, as that is in fact like hurting when you walk along.
Yeah.
On heels.
Ava, on the other side of the street, remember the guy that asked you how the exhibition went?
Mm-hmm.
He's still there.
Oh god. Is he like watching her at the moment?
Yep.
Oh crap. So she will walk past the restaurant, turn a corner, and sends a text to Julie. It's like, I don't know if you guys are like in the chantry. Well, she would say home, by the way. I don't know if you guys are home. But there's this guy standing in front of the restaurant, and he just asked how the exhibition was, and he's still there, and he's looking at me. I can't get in without him knowing me.
We're inside the restaurant at the moment.
Yeah, she's texting you. She's not walking in. She just passed by. Like, you guys might have even seen her walk by if you're looking out.
Yeah, as you pass by the restaurant, the guy comes after you and just yells at you, "Get back home, we need to talk."
She stops, turns around.
Do we see this?
If you're more towards the back room, you see it, but you don't hear the exchange.
No, we're like basically at the windows of the restaurant, like looking out for her.
Okay, fair enough. There, you see this. Disclaimer for Julie and Nausicaa, this is Boris in disguise.
Yeah, we gathered as much.
Oh, right. No, I didn't gather that. I apologize.
Well, I did, but
I got there, but Ava doesn't know.
Yeah, and Julie was not going to text back, oh, it's just Boris, because she does not know who it is she's seeing, whether it's Boris or some other dude. But as soon as she sees that, she just like waits essentially in the yeah, she'll see if they enter the restaurant or they go to the chantry. If they go to the chantry, she will follow them upstairs.
You have to go through the restaurant to get to the chantry.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Ava would still kind of stare at this unknown man. She's trying to find an excuse. She doesn't have any. Like, do I know you?
Not like this.
Oh, okay. Look, I don't have the time. I have to go somewhere.
He looks at you dead in the eye and flashes you his biggest, brightest smile. Home. Now, Lisochka.
Oh. And yeah, she'll understand that. And
Yeah, the fun part is that the last Russian part has a very thick American accent.
Oh God. But yeah, at least like that is something that she does. Like it starts to dawn on her, so she nods and then walks back towards the restaurant. Walks in and immediately takes off her heels and just stands there like on the cold floor with her her feet just kind of cooling off on the ground.
The old man points at the three of you and then he points upwards.
Julie is, as soon as she sees them enter, she's on her way upstairs.
Okay, then he points at Ava and Nausicaa. Julie is already upstairs.
As Ava walks in, all three of you can pee in Nausicaa if you like.
Are we set up in any dice rollers?
We're not. I'll do so immediately. I'm just going to go to the Mage dice roller.
Never forget to do it. Especially when I'm around. In my official capacity. So, it's a threat only if you botch.
To hold emotions back is appearance etiquette or manipulation etiquette? I think it's appearance etiquette, right?
Whichever's highest, because both work in this situation.
I botch anyway.
Okay, what are we trying to do, Robbie? What are you trying to do?
Basically, there's probably part of Nausicaa that is actually very relieved that Ava is back, but she doesn't want people to show that, and actually, she's gonna kind of react angrily to her.
So you want to show anger at and hide the fact that you're relieved.
I want to,
okay?
And Nausicaa is just glaring at Julie.
Ava.
It's Ava, I take it.
Sorry, I apologize.
Ava. Nausicaa gives you a look that, like, basically it sends a shiver down your spine. The sheer hatred you get from Nausicaa.
Yeah,
basically she's telling you with her eyes, why the fuck did you come back here?
She Ava is trying to bite back tears, especially since they're still like in the restaurant. So she bows and picks up her heels.
I think we're inside the chantry now, just FYI.
She bows and she picks up her heels, and then she's just gonna run upstairs into the chantry.
Now moving forward to the common area in the chantry. Ava, as you come up, you see you see the man your neighbor, the one that smiled at you a couple of days ago, the one that asked you how the exhibition went. It's the same guy. And you see him pinching the tip of his nose, and as he pulls and he gives it a good tug, it's like someone taking a face mask off. You know what I'm talking about, like a cosmetic mask off. He peels off something.
Style.
Yeah, something. And as he pulls it back, his face, his skin, his clothes, everything turned into dead leaves that fall to the ground. The man grows probably like 2 feet in height. And the pile of dead leaves on the ground just dissolves into nothingness. And you see Boris in his usual shape.
I mean, yeah, she's just kind of staring at him. She looks, like I said, she looks close to tears. She looks exhausted, scared.
And Boris goes to the kitchen, brings 4 cups, well, 3 normal-sized cups and 1 Boris-sized cup, and makes mulled wine. So basically boiled wine with fruit and cinnamon and star anise and whatever spices he might have brought up. And as he sits on the couch and places the 4 cups on the 4 mugs on the table, he looks at all 3 of you. So, what happened?
The assholes were there. We went to the exhibit, and one of the funders of this expedition was the asshole who was in charge of the clinic.
Boris nods, but you see no reaction. You have a feeling he expected this.
Oh. Nausicaa then just glares at him. I'd be there, and you still let us go?
I'm not your keeper, nor your mentor, Nausicaa. I have my own things that I need handled. It's something that involves a lot of money. Anything that involves a lot of money, they're there. Besides, you're not going to rely all your life on me and Tasha to hide you from them.
No. But the rules of the tradition state that you have to look after the members of your chantry.
Did anything happen to any of you?
Ava here may have been followed. Here.
Did anything happen to any of you? And you see Boris getting a bit pissed off.
We don't know.
Are you safe?
We don't know.
Are you harmed in any way? Then I did my job. Taking care of members of your chantry doesn't mean babysitting them. It means you won't let them die for nothing. Do not teach me the traditions, Nausicaa. I'm far older and smarter than you.
Nausicaa shuts up but looks angry.
Yeah,
Angry glares are now between Boris and Ava.
You notice the fact that Boris isn't exactly in one of his usual cheerful moods. And he turns to Ava. So, Misochka, what happened?
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
He takes the cup from the table and hands it to Ava.
Yeah, she now has a cup in her hands.
Yeah, wine with orange peel, with cinnamon, with star anise, with what's the other thing you usually put in this? Cloves and stuff like that. All the good stuff. Highly alcoholic because this is Boris, but also good, warm, nice smelling wine.
Yeah, she's not drinking from it yet. She kind of holds the cup in her hands, just staring at it. She doesn't really dare to look at any of you three. I really don't know what happened. It's like I did what I had to do to get like to get my sights up. And things were weird. I saw two people who were like monsters. One of them had antlers sticking out of her monster head. Like I could still see them, but it's like almost some sort of aura or ghost-like shapes around them. There was this girl who looked absolutely freaky with like coppery eyes and then like dripping wet, like almost a freaky version of that girl from The Ring, but then less scary for some reason. Um, anyway, that stuff happened, and that was was weird. But after after that doctor just showed up, and we were starting to leave, and all of a sudden people around us started laughing, and I don't know, I didn't do anything. I promise I didn't do anything. But I had to get away from you because if I was attracting that attention for some reason, then I had to make sure that that wasn't focused on you too. And I just had to go. I had to.
Drink.
Nausea looks really angry at Ava, and she just says, "You shouldn't have left us. If they find you, they find the rest of us. If we're together, we have a better chance."
She was about to take a sip, but then lowers the cup. I know, and I wouldn't have had, but like. If they catch all three of us, there's no point. We can't defeat them with the three of us, especially all the people there. Do you know how powerful he looked?
Doesn't matter though.
You couldn't
they
have
find
taken him.
Chris
We couldn't
Priest,
have
then
taken him with the
everybody-
three of us.
No, but if they found you, they would have found the rest of us anyway. They have a better chance of not finding us.
You
at
have
all.
a better chance in here, like, and I just went. I got a cab to Brooklyn, and then I went to Queens, and I took a drink there, and then I got back to Manhattan again, and I had a drink in like the upper
Drink,
side of Manhattan, and
drink.
yeah, she takes a sip.
It's warm, it's sweet, it's highly alcoholic. It makes you feel nice and fuzzy inside.
I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault.
I seriously don't know what happened.
Okay. Let's take things in order. Weird people you saw. Remember what Boris told you first time you came here? There are other things around. Okay?
Yeah.
Fairies are thing. Werewolves are thing. Vampires are thing. There are weird things around. They like you, they're normal people. They're something else but normal people. Why do you think everyone is out to kill you? And as he says this, he looks at Nausicaa, and the depth and the pressure that you get from Boris's stare almost like pushes you back a little.
In that case, yeah, Nausicaa will kind of like have to like avert her eyes. Anything?
It's good that you managed to see. Talk with those people. Not everyone wants your head on a silver platter. It's good to learn. You did not run, you did not attract attention. At least when you did that. Well, if you ask me, you are brave and deserve a little praise. When it comes to Doctor, different story. He's famous. He's rich. There's no point in trying to avoid him in, and he makes circles, and he makes them wrong, as usual. Big social events. But it's good you showed him you're not scared.
We should kill him.
If only it were that easy. He's a public figure. And he is strong mage. You think if it was so easy to kill him, me and Tasha wouldn't have handled it?
Then we will get strong and then we'll kill him.
And keep in mind, the Union is like Hydra. You cut one head off, two more sprout.
I don't think he noticed us. I didn't see him react in any way to any of us. Well, up until like the laughter happening, then I don't know. I saw him leave with like a couple of like the suit guys.
His damn lackeys.
Yeah. They kind of left in a hurry, I believe.
If the Union is like a Hydra, Hercules defeated the Hydra. Couldn't regrow.
Yeah, he like killed its body, right? Wasn't it like that?
He burned the base of the stump so the heads could not regrow back.
Right. I don't remember that from the cartoon, but sure.
Cartoon?
Yeah, like, never mind.
Boris gives Nausicaa a bit of a kind smile. You're on the right track. But that takes time and takes training. It's good. It's good that you're here. The three of you. I see potential in all magelings here, but you three are gonna go far.
Right.
Boris, we found the Stone of Mu. We know where it is. And I believe we have a way to find it, to get it.
Boris's face changes from like pissed off and trying to be paternal, he lights up. And you start recognizing him. You found stone key to portal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's going to be difficult.
No, and Boris looks at all you, and he gestures to makes a semicircle with his fingers, or just you, and he points at Nausicaa.
Yeah, Nausicaa just kind of gestures to the group as a whole.
He's good. He's very good. He's good. So where is it? Bring it here. Problem solved.
Yeah, it's in some like giant mansion in the city, like owned by some rich asshole old lady.
So
And
talk to old lady. Buy the stone. Nausicaa has money.
Yeah, we tried. She's not selling.
We think that she understands more than it being a simple curio. Samir down the road at the bookstore has said that he can get it for us if we procure one of the torques at the museum we were at tonight. And Nausicaa looks at Ava like there's still kind of like a lingering resentment there. There's a lingering resentment.
I mean, Ava has still not looked up from like the glass or like the cup.
Yeah.
She's
just
slowly drinking from
Sorry,
it.
Ava used her sight and managed to identify it. I believe if we can steal that, it may be easier than stealing it from Mrs. Fletcher. Or at least I thought that until I realized the technocracy was involved.
Boris drags himself on the couch closer to Ava and just puts his hand on her shoulder, which probably covers like half of her back.
Yeah, she actually jolts at that. Like she didn't see that coming because she wasn't looking.
Boris's hand is very big, very soft for a guy that looks like he's a lumberjack, and very warm. And he just does she look at him or not?
Probably a quick glance. Her eyes kind of look red shot as she's trying to stop herself from like crying or collapsing completely.
And Boris looks at her and waits for her to. You have a feeling he's trying to catch her gaze.
Julie will just get up and say that she's quite tired, so she'll go to bed. And the player will gracefully leave the scene. Goodbye. Or good night, guys.
Sleepy.
Yeah, she'll look up a second time.
You did good. You're a strong mage. And a brave woman. You should be proud, Lysochka. A quick pointer to the player. This is the first time Boris called Ava a woman and not a girl.
I mean, on this outfit.
Tomato.
She shrugs, says, if he had come after me, I don't know. Like,
it's easy, you kick him in the balls. Hasn't your mother teach you how to handle men that want to touch you? You kick them in the balls.
What? I mean, they have guns and crazy dogs and crazy other stuff that we don't even know about.
Maybe we should get guns as well.
I mean,
If you can shoot it right, why not? I have other ways of handling them. He pulls out his like big Bowie knife from his robe and just sticks it into the table upright. Stop being so hard on yourself. You should be proud. And you're safe. Now speak to Tasha and make sure nothing bad happens from this.
she takes another big gulp from like the cup, probably draining it, and then puts it down and takes the one that Julie kind of left.
Nausicaa gets up. Ava, I just want you to know, I'm not worried if you're captured by the technocracy. I don't care. I'm only worried because they would find us again. And I'm going to roll her manipulation subterfuge at difficulty 10 because I have the rotten wire floor. Fail.
I fail as well.
Also fail. Defender wins.
Please don't tell me you want me to roll for Boris.
Ava looks up
So, yeah,
at Nausicaa and like that was probably like the final straw, and she just like the tears start to flow, and she just starts to cry. It's like, I am so sorry. Nausicaa, I didn't mean to this. I seriously do not know what happened. It's
Nausicaa just walks
I
away.
wouldn't have done it. Nausicaa, please.
Boris, at that point, Boris sits up after Nausicaa and he grabs her by the shoulders like he would a rag doll and just turns her around without keeping her above ground. At least have the decency to take an apology.
Fine, I accept her apology.
Boris lets you go. Then you drop probably 10 centimeters. It's like missing a step.
Yeah, and once she kind of regains it, she scowls at them both, kind of, and just goes to her room and slams the door.
Yeah, that'll probably make Ava only cry harder.
Boris goes back to Eva and
just for the record, Amachan, Boris, I'm fairly sure he has a pretty good dice for detecting lying.
Amachan?
Amachan?
Lupe.
Wrong storyteller, my friend.
Wow.
Wrong storyteller.
I've been terrible with names tonight.
Yeah.
He can definitely feel that Nausicaa is saying what she's saying as a kind of defense, as a kind of like it's definitely not true, and that Nausicaa probably does care if Ava lives or dies, but Nausicaa is kind of trying to show that she isn't, so she's kind of overreacting to it, showing that she's truly desperate to show that she doesn't care even though she does.
Okay, he notices, takes into account, but gives no. Doesn't give it off. And Boris goes back to Ava and just puts his hand on her head and just strokes her hair and tries to calm her down.
She just probably just leans against him and is just crying until like good 10 minutes or something. I mean, she's pretty fucking tired, so she doesn't really have the energy to cry a whole lot, but
And as he does this, he notices the earring, the earpiece that she wears, and he takes a step back. Where do you find it? Actually, no. Palm, switch to Russian. Where did you find that?
She looks up pretty confused for a moment, like, found what? In a bit like heavy accented Russian.
The earring, the silver ring around your ear.
Oh. She reaches out to it. It was I found it in a corner of my room. It wasn't mine, but kind of.
You see Boris taking his hand and basically like stops from like patting up his head and just scratches his head, and audibly, like he's like trying to scalp himself with his fingernails.
I'm sorry. Did I do that? Did I do it wrong? Her hands will kind of shoot up to her ear to get
Calm
like.
down.
Sorry.
You found it in your room.
Yeah.
See Boris smile, but there's actually Pianimi.
Sure, you were Boris.
Boris, not
I
me.
rolled nothing but fail bunches in this. Oh wow! Well, okay.
3 successes. You see Boris getting teary-eyed.
Oh god, that's not gonna help. Then yeah, she just again like reaches up and takes the earring off. Just places it on the table. I was putting some stuff away in a drawer in one of in like my bedroom. And
Boris just extends his hand and just gestures for her to calm down and shut up. And he takes the earring from the table and grabs Ava's wrist very gently, because he knows the difference between size and strength, and places the earring in the palm of her hand and just like gently closes her fist on it. And he looks at her in the eye, and you see him like there's a little tear rolling down his cheek. Olga. Her name was Olga. It happened many years ago in Vladivostok. She's not around anymore. I'm sure she would have been happy to know that you're wearing it now.
Ava looks pretty confused. But I don't understand.
Misha. He likes being he makes air quotes and he makes them wrongly, of course. Affectionate to some people.
Oh. Okay. I didn't mean to make you sad.
It's one of the few things I have from her. She was my sister.
Oh.
We were fighting together against the technocrats in Vladivostok. She got shot in the head by a bullet unlike any I've ever seen before. You couldn't save her. That's one of that earring is one of the last things I have from her.
I'm so sorry.
And he gives you a nice little smile and like wipes off the tear. Keep it. It's not magic. It's just a silver earring. I made it. I made it for her on her 16th birthday.
I see. If you insist, then I'll promise I will wear it with pride. But if you want it back at any time,
Yours now. It's yours now. Now finish your wine and off to bed.
yes.
Boris gathers the empty mugs from the table and puts them in the sink and goes to his room.
As Alva walks past Nausicaa's room, she can hear from within, for the sake of it, kind of like muffled sobbing. And yeah, that's it.
I will hesitate for a moment in front of Nausicaa's door, but then shakes her head and she really doesn't want to be alone, so she's just gonna go back to the common room. Actually, I mean, she went to like the portal room, stood there, and it's like, I don't want to be here, and then goes back to the common room and just grabs a blanket and goes to sleep on the couch. And yeah, I think with that we can end the scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, ST, for STing, and we'll see you again on another scene of Living World of Darkness.